Baseball is a game that has a lot of rules that can often be complex and confusing. Baseball was invented by Abner Doubleday in 1839 in Cooperstown, New York, where the Hall of Fame is today. Baseball, to score a run, you must go around all four bases. The defense tries to prevent a run. This includes 3 outfielders, 4 infielders, a pitcher, and a catcher. The batters try to get on base by hitting the ball or drawing a walk. Once they're on base, they must run around the bases to get to home plate. The pitchers try to prevent the batters from getting hits or walks by pitching their best. Batters can score home runs, which are big plays that go above the outfield fence. They can score 1 or more runs. Baseball games are 9 innings long, but if it's tied, it can go for a very long time, as demonstrated here. The baseball season is 162 games long, with the end being a World Series. Baseball is a very worldwide sport and is popular in the Caribbean and in Asia, and it's spreading to Europe.
In this video there will be 3 sections:
fielding, batting, and pitching. Item you will need is a baseball.
The third group of items you will need is gloves. This includes a catcher's mitt and a normal fielder's mitt for all those who are not catchers. The second group of items you will need is hats, which include the batting helmet for when you're batting and the baseball hat for when you're fielding.
Fourth and final group of items are bats. The one on the right is for beginners, and the one on the left is for more experienced batters. And then, on the bottom are the batting gloves.
Section is fielding.
The important thing of fielding a ground ball is keeping your glove on the ground. The second most important thing about fielding a ground ball is to always be thinking about, if the ball is hit to you, where am I going to go with it? The third important thing about fielding a grounder is to always be in athletic position. So when the ball's hit to me, I can easily go and get it.
Part 2 of fielding is fly balls. This position also applies to fielding fly balls. Use 2 hands while fielding a fly ball so you don't end up on not top 10 plays. The third step of fielding fly balls is to always be aware and to try to get a good jump on the ball right after it's hit so you can catch it. The bonus tip that you might want to use is that in case there's sun, you might want to use your glove, hand, or sunglasses to make sure the sun does not affect you. The second part of this guide is how to bat. Batting is to not to keep your feet too wide or too close together. The second step in batting is to always step towards the pitcher.
The third step in hitting is that when you take the step, you want to turn your hips so your belly button is facing the shortstop. The fourth step in hitting is that when you take that step and turn your hips, you always want your hands in front of the barrel when you make contact with the ball.
The fifth step in batting is to always keep your eyes on the ball until the ball makes contact with the bat. This is to always keep your eyes on the ball until the ball makes contact.
One helpful tip for batting is to line up your knuckles. Most batters would go like this. The right way is to line up your knuckles. One thing to check is that when you put your hands out like this, they're facing straight up.
A helpful tip when batting is to always wear batting gloves, so when you hit the ball, the vibration doesn't go straight to your hands. The third section is pitching.
If you have different types of pitches, be sure to communicate them with your catcher. 2 types of ways to throw it when you're pitching. From the windup, or from the stretch. The third step in pitching is that when you take that step, you want to make sure that your toe is pointed towards the catcher because your toe aims your pitch. The most commonly pitched pitch is the 4-seam fastball, which is held like this. This has the most velocity, so when you throw it, it's going to go the fastest. This is the 2-seam fastball. It's going to have a little more movement than the 4-seam, but it's going to go slower. You want to hold the curveball like this, and then when you throw it, you want to twist your wrist like that so it breaks. This is probably one of the slowest pitches, but has the most movement on it. This is a changeup. There's 2 types, the circle change, or just the regular changeup. This prevents the batter from hitting it because it looks like a fastball, but it drops off. So the batter's going to be confused when you throw this.
this is the changeup.
Bonus section, what not to do, featuring Billy. Since Billy is a beginner, he will be using this 15-ounce T-ball bat. We're going to see how Billy swings, so we're going to use a drill called soft toss. Wider apart. Fix your knuckles so that they're straight. Don't choke up on the bat. Pick your elbow up. Put your weight on one leg, your back leg.
Let's see how he improves.
Take two.
It's like, no, then you got
Or tips like Billy did.
You can improve your baseball style. The second most important thing about fielding a grounder is to always be thinking about the ball gets. The third and final most important thing about fielding a grounder is to always be in athletic position. So when the ball's hit to me,
You're not in an athletic position. You're like,
yeah, because I'm
you should
trying
try
to do
that.
this.
Step in batting is to turn your stomach while you hit the ball. So the belly button hits the shortstop.
Okay, can I just
This is the four-seam fastball. I quit.